Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we have another vintage recipe. Alright, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome. Coming in, make yourselves comfortable. Do you love a bit of vintage cooking? If you do, then you came to the right place because I have loads of these types of videos on this channel. I will leave a playlist down below of all of my vintage recipes. Today, we are traveling back in time to 1976 and we are exploring the Better Homes and Gardens microwave cookbook. And even on the cover, fudge, sloppy joes, random liquids, a pot full of what looks like carrots and pineapple? I don't know. First of all, because in 1976 the microwave was still kind of a magical new thing, there's lots of information in the front about like how to cook with a microwave. The dish test, microwave safety, converting a favorite recipe to a microwave recipe, things for micro cooking. I mean, there's a lot of great information here. I also love that the first section is called tantalizing microwave recipes. But I figured today I would make something that sounds kind of good and like something I would definitely maybe cook in the oven. I don't know. It's pork chops. If you're following along, if you've got one of these yourself, lucky you. Page 26, we have barbecued pork chops and rice. And what I do kind of really love about this book is that there are several of these recipes that have a little sign by them that says recipe for two, which I feel like nowadays, unless you're buying a specific cookbook for recipes for two, that hardly happens. But also a pork chop in the microwave sounds terrible. I feel like pork chops are generally hard to make super delicious. It's like one of my least favorite cuts of meat. My preferred method is to, you know, pound one out and, you know, do a stovetop fried schnitzel situation. But I wanted to try this because I had all the ingredients. So let's do it. Let's microwave some pork like they did in the 1970s. All right, for this delicious recipe, you're going to need 2 pork chops. Pork chops are such a good deal that I'm here for it. Nextly, we've got some instant rice. It called for minute rice. This is Aldi's version of minute rice. And I have selected brown rice, although it did not say specifically to use brown rice. I already had this, so that's why I'm using it. We also are using some barbecue sauce. It did say bottled barbecue sauce of your choice. And I'm very partial to a Sweet Baby Ray's moment, so that's why we got that. We have water, we have salt, we have onion, and it called for a dash of chili powder. I've got cayenne, which I know is a little spicier, hotter than your traditional just regular chili powder. Use the ground pepper of your choice. Oh, one more thing, we should probably talk about the container in which I'm using, because as there's a whole chapter in this book about microwave safe containers, I am using this crock. It is, I believe, from Pampered Chef, and it is microwave safe, and that is what is important. And I guess a lot of these use casserole dishes, these recipes, but our recipe does want it covered, so I thought this would be the perfect thing to use. All right, and obviously, because I'm a busy mom of the 1970s, this is only gonna take like a minute to put together. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna combine our rice and our water. Oh, wow, great job. Really smashing it already here. So that's half a cup of our minute rice. We also are going to put half a cup of water in there. Next, it calls for 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which is like not very much salt at all. And the dash of our chili powder. Looks good. All right, give that a little stir. All right, now we're gonna add our pork chops. We got 2 of them. It does say that you want them to be about 1/2 inch thick. It does say to salt the chops, so this is doing better with the seasoning than a lot of these vintage recipes, I'm not gonna lie. And now to add the most minimal amount of flavor, we are going to put a singular slice of onion on the top of each chop. Just like that, I guess. Okay. All right, now we're going to combine 3 tablespoons of our barbecue sauce. with 1 tablespoon of water. All right, now we're going to spoon it over our chops. I mean, honestly, this doesn't look like a terrible idea. It's just the microwave part that seems bad. All right, so our instructions say to micro cook. I love how they call it micro cooking instead of microwaving. It's funny how that never really caught on or didn't carry through to today's times. We micro cook it covered until the chops and rice are done, about 9 to 10 minutes, giving the dish a half turn after 5 minutes. All right, it is the year 2023, so I do indeed have a microwave that turns all on its own. However, I do have a very basic microwave. I do not have a fancy microwave. So I thought, you know, it'll probably work out. We're gonna pop this baby in for 10 minutes and see what happens. All right, there she goes. 10 minutes later, let's see how we did. It's very liquidy. A lot of liquid. I think it needs to go in a little longer. I don't know. I don't know about this, guys. Okay, I mean, for sure, the pork is hot enough to eat. It's safe. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in for like 2 more minutes to try to get some of that water absorbed into the rice. But I guess I wasn't expecting the meat to release so much liquid. All right, that looks a little bit better. A little less soupy, but soupy nonetheless. All right, let's serve it up and give it a try. All righty. There we go. Grab some of our nice soupy rice. I mean, it's a bit beige, but it could be delicious. All right, here goes nothing. I will say the onion is quite tender. I wasn't sure how that would go. I mean, it just smells like a pork chop, if I'm being totally honest. It's not as tough as I expected, like to cut through. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. It just tastes like an oven pork chop. It doesn't taste like different. I thought this would be the toughest piece of meat ever, but it's not. It just tastes like a pork chop. It's just as chewy as the pork chops of my childhood that my mother made in the oven. Do I need to start cooking everything in the microwave? No, I don't. That's a bad idea. All right, let's try it with the rice. Let's get a full bite. Throw an onion on there. I don't know if good is the right word. It's not something I would like make again on purpose, but it's not like bad. It's not like a shockingly bad vintage recipe like we've had in the past. I mean, I'm gonna eat this whole plate for my lunch. This is actually really shocking. I need to know now, guys, are people just out there cooking meat like this in their microwave? Like, is that a thing that people are doing? Is this less crazy than I originally thought it was? I do think the spice from the cayenne is a good addition. I think way better than just regular chili powder. The actual meat itself is not that flavorful. Like, it didn't soak up really any of the like barbecue sauce or like any of the juices really. It just really tastes like a bland, blank pork chop. Who knew? You could be making pork chops in your dorm room this whole time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of this little microwaved blast from the past. Micro-cooked. Isn't that what they said? Micro-cook? Yeah. This micro-cooked blast from the past. Leave me a comment down below. Do you remember cooking with a microwave for the first time? Do you have a cookbook like this? What about like your grandma or like someone in your life? Do you cook meat in the microwave? Is this a thing? I need to know. Of course, check out that playlist down below like I mentioned before if you want to see some of the more wild things that have come from the past, I will leave it for you for your viewing pleasure. And of course, comment back for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.